Dee 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 dee. Keto living is the life for me. Coffee, cooking, and recipes. Spending my days with my doggies. So be a sport. Set your alarm for Wednesdays for the Warden's Report. Welcome to the Warden Report. I hope everyone is having a very Merry Christmas and Winter Solstice. And I know there's a bunch of other holidays. Sorry if I missed it, but I know today is actually Christmas for many people. So if you find time throughout the day to watch this, that's awesome. Otherwise, I know there a lot of people are busy, so it's okay, y'all. If you're watching it after, that's fine. Have a happy new year. So, which is just a couple weeks away. Sorry, from when I am recording this. Time just flies so quickly. Like, I really feel like this whole year gone, right? A lot of things have been accomplished this year. Like some of the goals that I set out, I did meet, which is awesome. Like one of my goals was, of course, to not only save enough to pay my taxes due in December, but also to have enough where I could put it in a CD for next year's taxes. Goal met. And, you know, over the past year, in January, we did the no spin challenge. I thought it went well. I suggested it to Heath, and he was just like, oh. So, I don't know. We'll see. I haven't decided yet if we're doing that again. Let me know. Do y'all want to do that? I could do it if y'all want to join in and do a no spend January. So basically, I know it says no spend, and a lot of people are like, oh, so I can't spend anything. No, non-essential spending, I think is a better phrase for that, that explains. So basically, you're not going to go out to eat. You're not going to be driving through anywhere. You're not going to be going to Dutch or Starbucks or any of those places and spending extra money on non-essential stuff. So instead, you'll be cooking from home. You'll, really be tight on your food budget for the month, to see, maybe get that down a little bit. You won't be going out for coffee. You'll make it at home. If there's clothes shopping, you won't do any clothes shopping for the month. Different things like that, non-essential stuff. You're not just browsing Amazon for the deals of the day kind of deal. So I don't know. Is anybody interested? I'll do it if y'all want me to. I'm still deciding if we are. For us, everything is, it's kind of, this is my feeling this year. In other years, I've gotten all wrapped up in all of the holiday. It starts with Halloween, and I just feel, that spirit all the rest of the year, and I get excited and send out Christmas cards and holiday cards and all that stuff. This year, didn't. I enjoyed, of course, Halloween, especially when Renee visited for her birthday. That was awesome. But after that, I just, like Thanksgiving and this holiday, it's just like, I'm not all into it. I did not send out a single card. Sorry. I haven't done anything for the holidays. It just, meh. And I was listening to another YouTube creator, and she was saying that her family, they don't look at Christmas as, okay, that's when you got to buy gifts for everybody and da-da-da and do that. She said instead they look at it as, hey, that day is just another day, but it's, well, not just another day, but basically that day is just supposed to be spent with friends and family, but not a gift-giving day, just kind of a day to do an experience or stay together and just, enjoy being with each other another year. And she said because she doesn't feel like gifts should be for one day particular a year. That if you in the middle of June are like, oh, I know Heath would love this. Like, for example, I know he loves Evil Ooze by HotLine Pepper Products. I'd be like, ooh, that's on sale right now. I'm going to get it for him and give it to him. Like, hey, I thought of you and wanted to give this to you. And not have to be, well, in December, I guess I'll hold this till December. No, just like go ahead, let them enjoy it now. Life's kind of too short to be like, no, you gotta wait. You gotta wait till December 25th. And then exchange gifts then. It's kind of, and then sometimes, like she was saying, a lot of the gifts are just kind of chosky, like you're like, oh, I'm going to so and so's house, so I better bring them something, and you don't really know what to bring them. Or also, she says a lot of things really shoot up in price at this time of year, and then on December 26th, it's like half off. And she's like, so why not, why spend more money when, hey, you could be like, okay, I'm gonna go, I see that whatever they're wanting, we'll just, make up like it's the Ninja creami. Oh, it's going for $200, but maybe in May you see that it's only $99. So then you get it then, and then give it to them, whenever. I don't know. Her take on it, she probably explained a lot better than I am. But I was like, I get what she's saying, is it shouldn't be like, oh, we got to wait till Christmas to give everybody a gift. It should be like, you know what? I saw this and I know they want this. This is a really good price. I'm going to go ahead and get it and give it to them now and show that I care for them all year round, that I think of them all year, not just at Christmas because I'm forced to. And I see also, what she's saying is, life is short. So, sometimes not everybody can make it till the following Christmas. Sadly, that does happen. And so just take that moment and be like, I'm not going to put this away for 6, 7, 8, and sometimes a year. I'm going to go ahead and give it to them now. So, and I thought, I was like, well, I feel like we kind of do that because, like, there's Heath and I, and maybe because we're just adults, there's not anything like we need at this moment. And not really wants, I guess. Heath would always say, oh, I want a cruise, right? But, in general, there's nothing we need. So why force buy something that isn't needed? And then throughout the year, if there's something we want or need, then we have adult money and we get what we want for our adult money. And then we, give it to each other then. So what are your thoughts on this? I know there's a lot of different opinions. I was reading even through her comments and stuff, and everybody looks at it different. So I want to know your take on it. What do you think? And maybe it's just because we're getting older now, and it just doesn't seem as big, I guess, as it was. And I think a lot of that is because, like, literally all of our nieces and nephews are adults now. And, most of our families and stuff, they all live other places. And it's like, well, if you're not with them all the time, you don't know what they need or want. So then you do feel like, oh, okay, I guess I'll just give them a gift card, which is a whole nother thing. Please be cautious when buying gift cards this time of year, because there are a lot of scams out there. So buy the gift card at the store. Clark Howard has talked all about it. So there's just a warning. If you go into like your grocery store, Target, Walmart, and you're buying gift cards off there, have to be very careful, because there is a scam where people have already done that. And as soon as you load that card, they get an alert and they're spending that money you loaded on the gift card. And then they, the person you give it to is thinking, oh, cool, I'm getting $50. And then they go to use it and the balance is zero. And then they think, oh, did you do that? And then no, it was a scam. And it's virtually impossible to get that money. So he was recommending cash is always king. And then the other thing that others have started doing, Target Actually, if you get a card, the back is blank, like it doesn't have the numbers on it or anything. When you go to the register, the cashier will actually then put the barcode on the card at that time. So that's one step they're doing to, get rid of that hopeful scam. But yeah, so that's always something. Of course, I know by the time you see this, it's a little late, right? But something to keep in mind in the future. I would say the only time we get gift cards for people is I generally order them online. So, like Heath's mom, she loves Starbucks, and so I get her a Starbucks gift card via Starbucks online. So they email it to her. That is so far a safer way of doing gift cards. And so I don't really buy gift cards in the store. I was thinking about getting like one, because Kroger will do a lot of 4 times, but now I'm just very cautious about doing that, buying them in the store, because it's just kind of a common situation. So I'm gonna wait on that. And yeah, that's what's going on. This week has been nutso. I'm on wires again. And today especially has been a crazy, like I feel like I need to go check again. It's already almost 3, but oh my gosh, today with wires, like this one, I was having to go back and forth with Treasury over, and it was just really confusing how the customer filled out the form and how we were supposed to enter. It's a whole thing. Like if you have credit unions that apparently certain banks house accounts for credit unions, and then that credit union is the one that holds the account for the person. So it's like all this extra steps when you send it, because you're not sending it directly to the credit union to that customer. You're sending it basically through a third party. That probably was way too much detail, but anyways, so that was a little confusing. Hopefully I understood it, and hopefully it went through. I'll have to check again. And yeah, so that's what's going on. Busy with wires. And I'll show you what I'm eating today. If you are listening, please go ahead and hit that thumbs up. It really does help the channel, and I so appreciate it when y'all give us a thumbs up. It really does help. And then if you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. More to come. All right. Here is my lunch today. I just have some salami roll-ups, basically hard salami with cream cheese, some kimchi, and avocado and olives. That's it. My lunch on this fabulous Friday. I've got some cottage cheese, fermented pickles, some olives, avocado, and then I'm having this hard salami. The rest of it, this is what I got at Kroger on sale last week. So y'all, I just paid my property taxes. Oh, that's such a big hit. So in Texas, we have our, I guess it's school taxes, school property taxes, and our regular property taxes. Don't ask me. But anyways, it's always a big hit. But I do this instead of escrow. So when I first got my mortgage, I didn't want to escrow it because, here we go. Maybe it's a control thing. Maybe it's, I'm just cheap. What's your opinion? But anyways, when I was getting my mortgage, this way back in 2003, so that's why I say, or 2006, that's why I say, I'm getting pretty close to the end of it. But I said at the time when I was looking at it, I was like, if I escrow, they're asking a lot more than what my taxes are due each year. And even a couple times when I've gone through and they would show me the numbers, I'm like, yeah, but that's like double. And they're like, oh, but you'll get refunded anything that's over. And I'm like, I don't want to be refunded. I mean, that's kind of like your tax refund each year. You don't want a huge refund, because that means you just gave them money that they got to make interest off of all year long, right? So for me, what I've always done, now I've had a couple years that were really tough and I wasn't able to, but I've always just put aside X amount every single month into a savings fund, and then I have that money to then pay in December each year. And then that way I get all those interest payments for myself. And so to me, it's like a win-win because I'm going to get that interest, which, it can really add up. It could, like this past year, probably looking at a few $100s in interest. Now, of course, there was more money in the savings than just the tax money, but overall, that's where I put it in. I have just a general sinking fund for taxes and other things, and I put it there. So a little off tangent. I want to know how you are. I just have like a basic HISA sinking fund. That's for our taxes, emergencies, um, try to, savings for trips, just basically any big thing, it goes in there. And that's it. Now, I know some people have several sinking funds for different things. So they will have a savings fund like just for taxes, and that's all that goes in that one. And then they have another one that's like vacation, and then another one car, whatever it is. They'll have multiple ones to organize. What do you think? What do you do? Are you type 1 or type 2? Like, do you prefer, hey, just one fund's enough, I know what I need to do? Or do you like to have it like very micro managed? So yeah, that's what I do, is have that, and then I get my interest paid to me, and then I send off the money. So that's what I did today. Of course, it's all online. I've never liked the fact of mailing a check. I don't know, it's so worrisome. And especially at this time of year, I always pay around this time. The mail is so much slower, and I don't want to chance it getting lost in the mail. And those different things, and then the delay of them processing it, da 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 da. I want to know, hey, I have it stamped, I paid December 20th. Um, so I want to know what do you do? Now, I know some mortgage loans don't allow you to split it, because whenever I was talking to real estate, they were like, well, if you do this, but you have to get it escrowed. And I was like, oh, I don't like that. Maybe I'm a control freak too. But so I know that some don't give you the option, and it is what it is. And then other people I've talked to throughout, since I got this, whenever you buy a home, you are like talking to everybody under the sun, right? Figure out what they do. And I know several people I talked to, they were like, oh no, I have to have it escrowed because I would never save that money up. And I'm like, oh gosh. And so they prefer that, which is fine. If that's the type of person you are, that you're like, if I see money in an account, I got to spend it. So it's better it's escrow and I don't have to deal with it. Go right ahead. I get that. You got to know yourself, right? It's just the same thing when it comes to keto. You got to know you and how you handle things so that you set yourself up for success. And so it's the same thing when it comes to money and to health. You got to know where you are. Like, if you know, hey, if I go somewhere and there are all of these, I'm just going to say it, non-keto foods, I'm going to cave in. Well, then you have to find ways where you don't put yourself in that situation, or put yourself where, maybe instead you go and tell your friend, hey, I want to go to this party, and you make sure you fill up before the party on heavy protein so that you're just like, and fat, and you're just like not hungry at all, and therefore you're not so tempted, right? Or kind of like change it around a little bit. So the same thing with finances. If you know yourself that you're not somebody who could save like that, then then that's completely fine. There is no right or wrong. It's what works best for you. And so I do this because, again, I probably get a little bit of a control, and I like I like to know that I'm getting the interest off of my money, right? Not somebody else. Another option is if you feel like you're someone who's like, no, I could never save that. What about if you did auto savings? So it basically, a lot of employers now, if you're getting a paycheck, you can set up where, okay, I want $100 every paycheck to go to this deposit account, and then the rest to go to like your main checking account. And then that way, if you don't like access that other account, like I could do it through my job where I could split to have auto payments out of each paycheck go directly to my HISA. And then for some people, if they do that because they're not accessing that account and they're not seeing it in their checking account, that enables them to save more. So let me know what your thoughts are. All right, you guys, I went grocery shopping today, Saturday before Christmas. It was crazy, and I've got some stories. But first, let me show you what all I got. We're going to start with the HEB, and I got some Quest protein chips, the loaded taco. I got the 4-pack since that was cheaper. And what is really good is there's no almond flour in these. I wouldn't say it's got clean ingredients since it's got the vegetable oil in it. But it's been a while. We're going to see how these are. And as a treat, I think it'll be fine. So we're going to try that. And I had to grab another one of these since it is limited edition. I really like that flavor. And to go with our Tex-Mex 3-ways, we got some cheese here. I got me a big old avocado for lunch today. And then finally, I am going to make, so be on the lookout for a short, but I'm going to make some meringue cookies. I'm going to do some peppermint and some cherry, y'all. Then, at Aldi, of course, I got my avocados, jalapenos. Heath needed more green tea. Then I saw this, and it's called Absorb Matte. Supposedly, no need to wipe, just step to clean. So we're going to see. I'm going to use it on the back door because sometimes when it's been raining, the dogs, you know, their paws are so muddy and wet. So I'm going to see if it helps. And that was only $4.99. I thought it was a decent deal. And then I saw these for the dogs. And luckily they had 2 different kinds, but they only had like 2 left of this one. So I got one of this. They had tons of these. They were like $2.50 each. So this is their Christmas present. So I did buy somebody a Christmas present. My 2 puppies. And I almost forgot 2 other things I got from Aldi. It's just more of their frozen cauli rice. So we'll put that away. And then I went to Kroger. And he really likes these pork chops for his lunch. And it's a pack of 10 for $6.52. Not as good a deal as I got at HEB last week. But versus regular price, there we go. And now he's got 10 chops there. And then, you know I love my markdowns. They had already cut Brussels $1.75 or $1.74, plus I had a $1 off coupon, so I only paid 74 cents for this bag of Brussels. Then, even better, a pound of sliced mushrooms marked down, plus I had $1.10 worth of coupons, so I only paid 41 cents for a pound of sliced mushrooms. Wow. The other things I got were the tomatoes were, again, $2.49 a package. Blueberries were $3.49. Honestly, that wasn't the best deal. Aldi had theirs for $2.99, but oh well. And then this, it's called Crazy Richards. Let me know if you've tried this. But it's just peanuts. And it was on sale $1 off, so I only paid $2.99 for the pound. So let me know if you have that. Or if you've tried it. I've never tried the brand. Then I got mashed avocado for $1.93. And this is a 4-pack, which will be perfect for the recipe we're doing tonight. So that's really good. Then I also got butter was on sale for $2.99 a pound. So I got a block of that. We still have several of those left. They also had their 2-pound blocks of cheese for $4.99. So I got one of those because we still have a lot in the freezer. Then some other markdowns I found. This stilted cheese. Look at that. $1.12 for this big, what is it, 0.37. And it's stilted cheese. It's Murray's. And it says England. And it was from England is what the sign said. So we're planning on having wings. And I think it'd be really good to make basically blue cheese dressing using this crumbled up. Then, well, one more cheese thing. I got this, $1 and it's just fresh grated Parmesan oregano. That'd be good with the Brussels. And finally, I like good culture stuff. I mean, yeah, low fat kind of sucks, but 54 cents for this little container. And it said original price was $1.69, so that's a pretty good reduction there. So I just got 2 of these, and I might have one for lunch right now. And yeah, that's my haul from the grocery stores this week. How do you think I did, Heath?
Okay.
Right, my lunch is an avocado. Y'all, you're like, what is wrong with your avocado? I didn't notice when I picked it out, but there was actually a hole. Not like somebody had punched a hole, like maybe it was burrowed into. I don't know, but it had been there a while where the hole went completely through to the seed. So I just cut that part out. And then I'm going to try the cottage cheese. I guess this is what they consider a regular serving. I know I eat more than that. Put some sofrito on top and Redmond's smoked salt. Mix that up and I'll let you know. And then I've got tomatoes as well to add to it. And that's my lunch. All right, y'all. This little different angle. Probably not the best angle, but we will mix up this cottage cheese. While I'm mixing it, let me tell you my story, y'all. So, first of all, at Kroger, I had clipped a coupon. And as usual, you always have to check your receipts with Kroger because almost every time I don't get a coupon off. So I got some Alouette cheese, which said my coupon that I clipped was $1 off, but it didn't give me the $1 off, right? So I go up there and the coupon itself said any Alouette product. I was like, okay, so I got the spinach and artichoke because it's been a while. And I go to try that, right? And when I check out, they don't give the discount. So then I go to the help desk, and usually they'll be like, okay, I had the coupon pulled up on my phone, and I showed them, and usually they'll be like, okay, here's your $1, right? Because it was $5, $4.99, and I was like, I am not paying $5 for this cheese, right? But $4, okay, I'll do that. Still a splurge, but I'll do it for $4. So anyways, she's like, I show her the coupon. She's like, okay, we'll pull up your customer card. And I do that. She scans it again. She goes, yeah, it's not taking it off. And I'm like, well, here's the coupon. And that's when I noticed under the coupon, it says qualifying products. And it only listed one flavor of their cheese, the garlic and herb. But the coupon says any. So anyways, I'm like, okay. And so she then goes, and if you're familiar with the Kroger app, let me know if yours is the same way. But on mine, it takes, especially when I'm in the Kroger store, it takes forever to load. Like I actually will be in the parking lot, pull up the app, and until I get in the store, and then when I get in the store, then it's finally loaded, and then I can select my list, and then that takes another minute, It's a slow app. And she's like, well, let me see your phone. I'm like, okay. So she's going through the app on my phone, and she goes, yeah, when I go to your coupons, nothing's loading here. Like, you don't have anything clipped. And I'm like, no, I have like 50 freaking coupons. She's like, yeah, but it's not loading. I'm like, because your app takes forever. And she's like, yeah, but see, it's loading here and it's just showing 0. And I'm like, no, it's there. And I'm like, I've never had someone at their help desk be such an issue. Like, just give me the freaking dollar. I showed you from the beginning. But anyways, I'm like, and she's taking forever. And I'm like, you know what? Just refund it. I don't want the item then. And so she's like, okay. So of course she's doing that real quick. And in the time that it takes her to do that, the app finally loaded all of my 56 coupons. And I showed it to her and I was like, yeah, see, it finally loaded. And she was just like, huh. And I was like, okay. So, yes, so that was a problem. But, so that was at Kroger. And then, whenever I went to Aldi, no real issues there. And then when I went to HEB, I love HEB, and there is a difference between the clientele that shops at HEB versus who shops at Kroger. And so generally speaking, it seems like people are a lot more friendly at HEB. Look, I mean, Kroger, the workers are generally really nice. Like two of the workers, actually, two male workers. And I don't know what this is, but like when I wear my black lipstick, it's almost always men who compliment me on my lipstick. And I'm pretty sure half of them are not straight guys, right? Because one of the employees, he's like, "Oh, girl, I love your black lipstick." He's like, "You don't see that much around." And I'm like, "Right?" And then another one is this like kid. I call anybody below 30 a kid. And he's usually working the carts. And I've seen him before. And, I'm always nice to people. I don't try to talk to people, but they try to talk to me. But anyways, so then he saw me and then he was like, "Oh, hey, how you doing?" And, he liked it. And then he was complimenting because I had my Nintendo hoodie on. He's like, "Oh, I like your hoodie," and da-da-da. He's like a big gamer, and was telling me all the issues with, I don't know, Power World or something. I don't know, y'all. I'm like, oh, I don't keep up on all the games, right? But anyways, and then, so the staff is always friendly at Kroger, usually, except for that lady, that was over $1. But anyways, and then, but the people, a lot of times, I don't know, I just find them a little rude. Like they're just put their carts in the middle of the aisle and oblivious to everybody, and kind of push through. And then at HEB, the people, they're a little more chatty and stuff. I don't know, just maybe it's just the whole environment or something makes it feel different in HEB versus Kroger. So at HEB, really nice, and they have, like they're doing all the samples, and like they were doing a sample of their, I forget the brand, but their tomato basil soup. So I was like, okay, I'll try a little bit. There was a little bit of sugar I saw on the label, but it was like at the very end, and I only had like literally a tablespoon. And she put some little Parmesan cheese. So I had that, and then she had some kind of chipotle meatball that I tried. It was really good. So they have that going on. I didn't see any coffee, but I didn't go to all the aisles. I was trying to hurry. And everything was fine inside the store. When I come out, so where I parked, it was a spot, and then there was one more spot that was like the closest spot, the end of or the beginning, I guess, depending on how you're looking at it. So how they do their parking lots is, so it's one way, but if you're in that very first spot, right beside you is, their little plants and stuff, but they have like an actual little walkway. It's a curbed walkway. So if I ever get that spot, I try to park as close to the curb as possible. So when I open my door, you're basically right there on the little walkway. Well, the person that parked there when I came out was this oversized truck, like a huge truck, the big wheels and everything on it. And they left like 2 feet from the walkway there that they could park next to. So 2 feet. So then when they get out of their truck, they're not on the walkway, they're on the parking spot. So they parked like that, so close, I could not open technically I could open the driver's side this much,
who who fits through there? Like, maybe if you had a kid, but the kid can't drive. And I'm like, lots of explicitives, right? Just every explicitive you can think of is what I was saying. And I'm like, well, crap, I can't get into my car. So then I'm like, what am I going to do? Right? Am I going to wait for this a-hole to come out and give them a piece of my mind and make them, freaking move their truck? And I even went up because I was like, if there was anybody at their passenger door, they would have banged into my car. So I'm looking my car over and I'm like, okay, I guess they didn't have anyone in the passenger. It looks fine. So what I ended up having to do is I got in on my passenger side. So if you haven't seen, I have a Toyota Highlander, and in between the driver and the passenger is this big, I guess, kind of like a center console. That's what it's called. So that's where you put your drinks, and then it has this big, like, where you can open up, and it has like a little change holder and a big, like, where you just put, like, we put napkins and things like that in there. And then all of the change, sunglasses, all the little stuff right there in the center console. So I had to get in on the passenger side. I then had to crawl over. Basically, what I ended up doing, I was like, okay, I guess it's good that I'm still limber, because I had to hike my leg over the center console, sit on the center console while I then pulled my leg over and then kind of like slide into the driver's side. And the whole time I'm cussing every word possible. But then I get in the driver's side and I'm like able to pull out. But I was like, I want to scream at this person. So yes, that. What do y'all? Is that like an NSV to be able to do that? I mean, I felt kind of proud afterwards. I was like, well, that's pretty cool. You were able to crawl into your driver's seat, and move your legs around and everything and be flexible there, but it was still annoying. So so then I went to Dutch and they had a long line, y'all, but it still didn't take too long. So we got our Dutch drinks. So thank you, Shauna. Shauna bought us some Dutch for Christmas. Thank you, Shauna, so much. I so appreciate it. And I got Heath his double ring bro, which he's drinking at work right now. So shout out Shauna, air frying auntie. And if y'all want to support our drinking habit, there is a link in the description to buy me a coffee. And that really does help us out. Buy me a coffee only takes 5% of what you, so if you gave, like $25, their fee is only 5% versus like YouTube is 40%. So, big difference there. So we really appreciate when y'all buy us a coffee. It really does mean a lot to us, especially coming up. I thought I had some on my teeth. And especially coming up with January, I'm thinking more and more of doing a no or a low spend. So try not to buy Dutch that often. So yeah, anyways, that was my adventure. Now I am going to, in a few minutes after I finish my lunch here, I got to go get my new contacts. So I will check in with y'all after I do that. Let's try this compared to the Daisy. It's good. It's good. I don't think it's better than Daisy. This one, the curds are a lot smaller. And I don't know if it says small curd. Yeah, it does say small. I don't know if Daisy is, but Daisy's is a little bit thicker curd. And I feel like this isn't as creamy as Daisy, and it's probably because they are using some low-fat milk in it. But for 54 cents for a serving, I was like, for a little cup serving, that's pretty good. What do you think? Well, that was quick. So I've got my contacts in now. So this is the Bausch & Lomb Ultra. They're 1 month contact lenses. So far, they feel great. Like I just popped them in and it feels like I'm not wearing anything. So have a follow-up in a week. Just let her know, hey, do I like them or not? And then from there, everything's good and I like them. Then I go into Sam's and order, a few boxes for the year. So, yay! Now, he said I need to get sour cream. So now I gotta go to the store again to get sour cream. On Monday, we have some leftovers. The tomatoes I just have on the side. The leftovers are underneath with a little fresh parm, avocado olives, and the last little cup of that Good Culture cottage cheese with some spices and stuff. So yeah, kind of a leftover lunch today. Happy Christmas Eve. So what we got here is some pork belly Brussels, and then Heath wanted to go to the store because he wanted steak tonight on Christmas Eve, y'all. So that is some filet mignon, and I wrapped it in bacon, topped it with a slab of butter. So yes, on a Monday evening, Heath gets off work a little after 5:30, and he's like, let's go to the store.
I told you before 5:30.
I know, but
told you at lunch.
We didn't leave until after 5:30. The traffic is horrible.
We had chores.
Because everybody was getting off work and doing last minute errands, so traffic everywhere. And then we get to H-E-B, Heath's favorite, and it is a flippin' madhouse in there. And some people were doing like full weekly grocery shopping. I was just amazed.
Well, maybe it's the only day they have off.
Maybe. But it was so busy.
Love you.
Busy. It was really hard, y'all. I'm not much into peopling, and that about drained me out. So, it's 8:15, and we're just now getting to sit down and enjoy our dinner.
That's the way it would be if we went out to eat. We'd be just now eating.
No, if we went out to eat at 5:30, we would already be home.
Let's argue for everybody. This is fun.
But anyways, I got Prime 1 beef fillets, and they were so marble. They looked amazing in the thing in the butcher cabinet, so I picked out the one I want from the butcher. So it was actually cheaper. It was $38 for the 2 fillets, which is right about a pound. But that is cheaper than if we'd went out to eat overall. But definitely fancy for tonight. So yes, that is what I have for dinner. And I'm going to go enjoy it. And I have to work tomorrow. Christmas Eve, and we are having tacos. Yum. Quick, easy, delicious. And yeah, that's basically it. What did y'all have on Christmas Eve? I know some people have like family traditions on Christmas Eve. They will, go have something or go get something special. Like I've heard some people go and get Chinese food every year. I want to hear, what do you do on Christmas Eve? All right, y'all, I got up. It's early Christmas morning, December 25th. And I say early, it's 11 a.m. But anyways, the dogs are outside. I'm about to bring them in and give them their gift today. Let's see how they react. All right, we've got Delilah here. Look, she already knows what's up. And Mr. Sam, and there's Heath. All right.
Should I just hold his tail and see what he does?
No. All right.
He heard me.
Oh, I guess.
Oh, nice. Keep that quick. Oh, go. Yes, yes.
Hey, here's another one.
I was hoping it would break. Hello, you know who's stronger.
Right?
I'm running away with it.
Where you going, girl? It's big, isn't it?
Delilah, bring it to me and I'll break it for you.
It's a big one. You like it?
Can she put her mouth around it to pick it up?
Yeah.
It is.
She's figuring it out. She's like, I will master this. Good girl. Good girl. Are you happy? Do you like your present?
It's like it better she can get it in her mouth. There she goes. Good girl.
Now where are you going?
Bye.
Where are you going with it? Sam's in the office. You going to your bed? Oh, she's going to her bed. Let's see who's in here. In the office. Oh, you managed. Oh, yeah, you're making quite the mess of it. Looks like, oh, he's got one big stump down. You like it, Sammy? You like it, bud? I think they're happy. Making my absolute favorite. I am more of a ham than a turkey person. So I got this ham shank for 89 cents a pound. And I've got my oven preheated 325. And I've got a cup and a half of water. This is my roasty pan. I will pour the water in here. Cover this all with foil. But first, I'm going to score this fat cap. And then I've got my cloves here. And I like to blanket the cloves on. So I'll show you that. And here it is with all those cloves. I know not everybody's a fan of cloves. I freaking love it. And I love the aesthetic, how pretty it is. So now I'm going to pour in that 1.5 cups of water, because this is a roasting pan, and then I'm going to cover it real tight with foil. I'm going to put it in there. It goes about 18 to 20 minutes per pound, and this is almost 12 pounds, so it's going to take 3.5 to 4 hours. The ham glaze, I am taking some Dijon mustard. I actually have this horseradish one, and I took 1/4 cup. I'm going to do a little bit of Redmond smoked salt, just because I think that would be really good. And then I'm also going to use, depending on how sweet you want it, at least 1 tablespoon of the Swerve Brown. And then I'm going to heat this up, just slowly heat it so that it's nice and warm. And then that will also help it melt and come together. And this ham is now out. Oh my gosh, it is so pretty. Look at that. And then now I'm going to put the glaze on it. So I heated it up just for 30 seconds in the microwave. And I'm just going to start drizzling it over this wonderful ham. And then put it back in for about 30 minutes. OMG. Or I should say OMH. Oh my ham. Look at that. You kind of see how the glaze is glazed. Oh, doesn't that look amazing? I freaking love ham. This is all for me. I don't know what Heath's eating for the week, but it's all mine. I'm going to eat it. I'm just going to grab it like this and just start eating. And then, now I'm going to slip it to the oven. I'm making some more of those keto meringue cookies. So I did all of these peppermint. They were both really good, but I just did one flavor today. And I'm going to stick these in, and because they do take a couple hours. So I'm going to put them in for an hour this time. Last time I did an hour and a quarter. I'm going to do an hour this time. Then open the door for another hour. Here is our Christmas dinner. Some of that ham. And then on the side, I just kind of did some, I guess, fall. Basically, it's butternut squash, jalapenos, mushrooms, onions, and some cranberries. And that's it. And that wraps up this week's Warden Report. I know it's a little late, but I figure everybody's busy on Christmas. So that's why I'm putting this out the next day or that Friday. We'll see. All right, y'all. I hope you had a wonderful week. If you didn't already, please hit that thumbs up. That really does help the channel. And then leave me a comment below, and I will see you soon.